Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, couple of bits of news. You're probably expecting this next video to have come from the Peak District. Unfortunately, had another little accident. So, bit I wasn't filming. Got out the car, saw a lovely lone tree, thought I'd grab some pictures of it, couldn't get the composition right. Picked up the tripod with the camera on it, went to recompose, stumbled over a rock, tripod went over, 5DS, took all the weight, landed on one of the rocks, smashed. Currently with the repairers at the moment and being dealt with by the insurance company. So I came back early. I was only car camping, so financially it wasn't an issue. It wasn't like I'd paid to have a hotel there or anything. Other bit of news is I've crocked my ankle, so I'm a little bit limpy at the moment. Did that playing football on Tuesday. It's Friday today, so yeah, it's quite bad. Very swollen, very bruised. But all is not lost, because I've decided to come down to my local woods again and do some more squirrel photography. Now, it is the bank holiday Friday, so I'm not sure if there's going to be many people around, but I've come down early to try and beat the crowds, beat the rush on a bank holiday. Now, little secret, my wife and I, we do tend to come down here pretty much every day and actually feed the squirrels, so they've become quite familiar with me. So hopefully that should help actually get some decent pictures of the squirrels. So stick with us. I'm going to go to the area where I know they all are and see what we can see. So, here we are, first spot. Hey buddy! And the squirrels have already started to come out to see me. I've barely rustled my bag. They already know I'm here. I've got a couple just down there, so I'm going to get back to the camera. I did already grab a couple of pictures. The problem is I've got a real issue because the light is quite low today. It was supposed to be sunny intervals, so I could have done with a bit more brightness. I'm having to ramp the ISO up on the 7D Mark II, which isn't too much of an issue, but you don't want to push it too far. But I need to get a higher shutter speed yeah, you need to get a high shutter speed, you need a reasonable depth of field, but I don't want really noisy images. But I've just got to work with what I can work with. So yeah, I'm going to get back to taking some pictures now. Yeah, and see what I can see. I say they're already out and about scouting me out. They know who I am. They come to me every day because I bring a bag of monkey nuts down here with me, and I have got some on me today, but I'm not using it just yet because when I do, they will swarm. I'm just trying to pick out a few individuals at the moment before I go on a feeding frenzy. So stick with us. We'll get some more pictures of some squirrels. Give us Scrappy. Give us Scrappy. So, you'll have just met my mate Scrappy. He's a very brave little squirrel. He was the first that actually ever came and took peanuts right out of my hand. Now that was the second time he actually came over. I didn't get time to actually record him when he came over the first time. We call him Scrappy because he's got a bit of a messed up ear. He's also got a chunk of fur missing out his back. There's another one just running around me. So yeah, we call him that for those obvious reasons. And yeah, he comes up to me, takes peanuts out of my hands and stuff. So this is the kind of relationship we've built up with these squirrels around here, which makes my life a lot easier. Now, one thing you'll see is I've got that tree stump. Oh, I can't show you, but there it is. That tree stump there, I've baited up with some nuts. And you can probably just see a squirrel had just come to it. Now, what you want to try and do when you're photographing squirrels is you want to try and put them in as natural environment as possible. You don't literally just want to sort of just shoot away randomly with them. You want to try and get them in obvious settings. Now, obviously baiting up areas, I call it baiting. It's not like we're capturing squirrels, other than on the camera. But yeah, you put some things down and you stage the picture. It's the best way to do it, to be honest with you. And then you've just got to be patient and wait. I know a lot of other wildlife photographers do this as well, especially with birds and stuff. So yeah, now we just got to play the waiting game. So I'm going to call it a day now. Got a couple of other bits to do, so I thought, you know what, let's call it a day, get back and sort them out. So yeah, that was a bit of fun. Probably more pictures of squirrels than B-roll, to be honest with you. But I was finding it quite difficult. The problem is, and I knew this would be the case because obviously I do this walk all the time, the whole area is very overgrown. Lots of green at the moment, which is obviously causing a large canopy at the top, which isn't allowing a lot of light. Now, just as I'm going to sign off, I'm going to leave you with some tips for squirrel photography. One, high shutter speed. Obviously, squirrels are quite erratic. Now, they're quite tame by most squirrel standards, but you do need a high shutter speed. Number two is keep it clean. Now, by that, I mean, when you're actually taking the pictures of the squirrels, some of the stuff you may have seen, if they came out okay, was actually quite messy, but you do want to try and keep it as clean as possible when photographing squirrels. The focus should be on the squirrel, it's not a Where's Wally, where you're trying to find it in amongst undergrowth, tree branches, things like that. So try and keep it very clean, very simple. My next tip as well for photographing squirrels is know the area. So in an ideal world, you'll know where the squirrels congregate, so you want to go down and find them. You don't just want one or two. Now, that's not always the case, and I know you don't necessarily. You might be out on holiday somewhere and know there's an area that's quite good for squirrels. Red Squirrel Trail at Snays Home is one. But yeah, it's better if you know the area. Next one, patience. Now, as with all animals, they don't always do what you want them to do. Now, squirrels are actually quite timid creatures, so you need to be patient with them. You need to sit, you need to be quiet. Again, those ones are quite tame, so they just come out and see me anyway. But as a general rule, you need to have that patience. 5 is be quiet, again, because they're skittish. And the last one I'm probably going to leave you with is, it kind of ties into a few of these with patience and knowing the area, is find a scene that looks nice, where you know the squirrels will be around, and bait it. Put down some nuts, some peanuts, because squirrels do have a very keen sense of smell. So they will come from around the area and they'll be attracted to it. Now, obviously, as you saw, I baited up that old tree stump, which was quite a nice setting. It's very clean and stuff there as well. Another area as well is this one. Now, the squirrels around here aren't as tame as those ones that we've just been photographing, but it is a good idea. And then you just sit and you wait patiently, wait for those squirrels to come, because you will get a lot nicer photo. Because you pick the spot. Now, obviously you need to think about the light and stuff like that as well. Oh, and the last one as well, make sure you've got half decent light. So, obviously, if you have liked my next trip out to photographing squirrels, I'm sure I'll probably do another vlog of these at some point. Obviously, do give us the old thumbs up, drop us a like as well. Yeah, drop us a subscribe from down the bottom, wherever it is. We have got more videos coming, obviously dependent on the situation with the 5DS, what happens with the insurance company, repairs, etc. Dictates what kind of photography I'm going to be doing. But for now, this is Mike out. Take care and be safe, everyone. Peace.